What's up guys, and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about rune management in Kingdom of Heroes so that you can make the Thanos happy should you be worthy to have pulled him. First and foremost, if and when you find this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. Liking this video helps with the YouTube algorithm so that other people can find my videos and it can help them in their journey in Kingdom of Heroes. Now, the first thing that we're going to be looking at is the rune management function in Kingdom of Heroes, this right here. So this actually can be reached in two ways: in your main menu section, and when you tap on a character, their runes, and you can go manage runes, and boom, the same function or same thing pops up. Now, this is basically where you can filter out your runes. Fairly simple. You can look at your what slots they are, you know, whether it's 2, 4, 6. You can you can look at all of them. You can look at the rarity of the runes that you have, their grade, whether it's 5 stars or 6 stars and whatnot, and the type of runes if you only want to look at specific runes for your unit. Now there's also a custom filter where you can look at the main stats, your speed, attack percent, whatnot, and you have your secondary stats where you can look at max HP, attack percent, and or resistance, things like that. You can also look at the upgrade level that they have, whether it's plus 15 or plus 6. You can also look at that. You can reset the filters so you can start from fresh. And yeah, it's basically a really nice function that Kingdom of Heroes put in here at the beginning of the game, so that we can organize our runes and we can easily sell and apply them to our units. Now that we talked a little bit about the function, we're going to talk about the type of runes and understanding what they are, what they do, and how you can get better runes. Now we're going to look at this life rune here. So this life rune is 6 stars. It's rare. That means it has 2 substats. If it was magic, it only has 1 substat. And if it was legendary, it would have 4 substats. Now, this one has 2 substats. That means it has 2 chances to either increase in speed or increase in crit rate. That's all based on RNG. Now, if after, if it's plus 6, if it's plus 9 after that, it gains a new substat. And after plus 12, it gains another one, which would total your substat to 4. Now, for a legendary, you have 4 substats, and when you go into plus 3, plus 6, plus 9, or plus 12, it can increase any of these substats. Right, so the rarity of your rune is very important because that dictates how strong of a substat you're going to get. Now, let's look at the slots 2, 4, and 6. Slot 2 and 4 and 6 is going to be your most important runes that you're going to be wanting to look at, because slot 2, 4, and 6 have the possibility of getting percentage-based increase in stats. So if you can see here, slot 1, 3, and 5 all have flat stats. Here in 2, 4, and 6, they have percentage-based stats, minus speed, because you can't have a percentage-based speed. Now, slot 2 and 4, you have a chance of getting, let's just pull that up using the function, the rune management system. Okay, so if you look at all of your slot 2 runes, you can only get HP percent, defense percent, attack percentage. You can get crit rate and crit damage in slot 2, and that's the only place you're going to get a main stat for crit rate and crit damage. Of course, you can get flat defense and flat attack and flat HP in slot 2, but those aren't really worth building up because percentage-based stats trump over flat stats. So when you're looking at your slot 2 runes depending on what you're trying to use, you want a percentage base. Now for damage dealers, you would want attack percent, crit damage percent, or crit rate percent, depending on your substats. Now for slot 4, you can get speed, HP percent, defense percent, and attack percent. That's the 4 categories that you are going to want to put into slot 4. Now, if I were you, I would build all of my units on speed slot 4, because speed is king. Speed allows you to move first, allows you to cycle your turns more, cycles your cooldowns. More turns means more damage overall. So if you have a speed slot 4, no matter what rarity it is, I would keep it, unless it's a normal or magical. I would keep that speed rune, especially if it's a 6-star, because you can get plus 38 speed on top of your substats. Now on slot 6, you can get accuracy. This is the only place you can get accuracy and resistance based stats. So if we look at slot 6, right here, you can get accuracy percent and resistance percentage. You can't get these in 2 and 4, so it's important to know that. You can also get HP percent and defense percent and attack percent on slot 6, but you can't get speed or crit damage on slot 6. That's important to know, so that you can look for substats that complement your main stats. Now, in terms of what runes to keep, to be honest with you, I would sell all of the runes that have a flat percentage, say max HP plus. I would just go ahead and sell max HP, flat max HPs. You're never going to use them unless they have a very high speed substat, which I don't think I have any. No, so I'm just going to go ahead. This is one instance where you would maybe keep this life rune if it increases crit rate twice. So then you have a nice crit rate substat there. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell them. I'm never going to use them anyway. I'm keeping this one just in case it grows into crit rate that has a chance of getting crit rate plus 15%, which is quite insane. Okay. We're going to look at that. Yeah, let's go back to that one rune that we were looking at. Where is it? Okay. So if this rune goes into crit plus 5%, I would keep it, because crit rate can help you in some situations for some skills that require crit rate, additional buffs on crit rate hits. If it goes in accuracy, I would probably sell it, because I probably don't need this rune for anything or for any of my units right now. See, I would go to plus 3, see where it goes, and from there, just go ahead and sell that. You're never going to need that rune. Boom. Now let's take a look on how to build some of these units. Let's look at my Titanos for an example. All right, Charge and Havoc. His skills basically needs crit rate to reduce cooldown of Thunderstroke. And let's see, successful hits have a 60% chance to increase the glancing rate. And if you get a critical hit, you get continuous damage. So basically, he wants a lot of crit rate. So I have crit rate on there, but he's also a damage dealer. So I want as high a crit rate as I can, and a very high critical damage, and of course attack. So the way I runed him is crit damage slot 2, speed slot 4, attack percent slot 6. Now for my substats, I want to be able to focus on damage, speed, and crit rate, and attack. Those are my 4 primary substats that I want to look into. So my slot 1, that 15% crit damage, ooh, sweetness. On my slot 2, the attack percent complements his kit very well. Crit rate plus 15%, I was very lucky on that. This one actually started as a rare life rune, or a charge rune, and so keep your rare runes just in case your rolls land on double crit rate or double speed. Those are nice. I could get a better slot 4, but that's going to be a while. And I want speed on Titanos because I want him to be able to move fast so that he can attack more often, and so he doesn't get one shot basically on the first turn, in case like Esperanza does her second skill and goes after Titanos. And my slot 5, of course, crit rate, attack, and speed. Those are the substats that I'm looking for. And slot 6, crit damage, speed, nice. I can get a better slot 6. That's why I haven't plus 15'd it yet. But that's going to be a while before I do that. So those are some of the things that you want to look for in your runes, whether you're going to use them in the future or not. And of course, that's basically how you rune your damage dealers. Now for your tanks like Ingwe, that provides some utility and support. Since he has mostly AoE attacks, I put him on Earthquake so that he can stun. Other people would put him on Vampire for sustainability, but Earthquake would trump over Vampire in my opinion, because you won't get hit if your opponent is stunned. And if you do get hit, that's okay, as long as you have the right substats in basically high enough stats to be able to maintain and live. Now, Ingwe here, I built him up on max HP, speed, and flat HP. I don't have a better slot 6 Earthquake rune because I haven't farmed the Agelos dungeon so far. So that's definitely going to change. But on him, I want him to be a bruiser type, so I'm looking for a little bit of crit rate, crit damage, not really attack because he does more damage based on HP. Accuracy helps as well because you want him to land the provoke and the prevent recovery, and of course speed, and as much HP as you can get on him. I can probably find a better slot 3, max HP plus 19%, amazing, crit rate, crit damage, boom, just like that. Now another tip that I want to tell you guys is lock your runes, like all of them, just in case you use them, just in case you end up overriding some of your runes, because I've done that before. I've lost like a legendary rune thinking that I had unequipped it, but I didn't, and so I lost it. Kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. But that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are, if this video helped you at all. Like and subscribe if you want to help me out with my channel. I'd love to do more videos and get started on other things. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Aladriel out.